Learners often struggle with comparing decimals. So they'll get a question like 0.6 and 0.067, and they'll be asked which one is larger. And this can get confusing because they see the number of the three decimal places and they assume that is the larger value. But that's not always the case. The number of decimal places does not determine the value of a decimal number. Whole numbers are easy to compare, meaning it's easy to tell that 5 is larger than 1 or 26 is smaller than 19. That's pretty easy to tell. And even when it comes to decimals with different whole numbers, they are also pretty easy. Meaning, for example, you're told 0.6 and 1.67, automatically this is the larger number because this is 1 and this is 0. Or if you have 2.06 and 1. Let's say 1. Again, if this is the larger number because 2, the whole number here is bigger than here, this is the larger digit. But the problem sets in when the whole number is similar. So let's go back to this example. We have 0.6 and 0.067. So comparing decimals is a lot like arranging words into alphabetically, right? The same way you'd go letter by letter by letter, here you also go number by number by number. And the first step is to arrange the two numbers such that their place values match. So this is tenths, it should match with the same place value on this side. So 0.067. To make this easier, you can add zeros here to make sure it matches. And then from there, you go number by number. The whole numbers, you starting with the whole numbers. 0 is similar to 0. And then you come here, 6 and 0, they are different. So we are comparing these two numbers. There's no need to go beyond this. And because 6 is bigger than 0, automatically that tells you that 6 is the bigger value. Let's take another example. So you have, let's say, 1.2 and 1.069. Again, this can be very confusing because a lot of learners will see this has 3 decimal places and this is just 1, and they assume that this must be the larger number. But let's compare them the right way. 1.069. Again, please remember to match the place values correctly. If you want, you can add zeros here. So this is similar. This is different, so we are comparing these two, and 2 is bigger than 0. So 1.2 is the larger value. Let's look at another example where you have 0.2489 and 0.249. Which is larger between these two? You do the same thing. We look at 0 and 0, they are similar. Then we go to the tenths, 2 and 2 are similar. So we move on to the next place value. 4 and 4 are similar. We move on. 8 and 9 are different. So we are comparing these two numbers. 9 is bigger than 8. So 0.249 is bigger than 0.249. So let me know if you have any more questions or if there's something you'd like me to go over again.